The 27 Club. An informal list consisting mostly of popular musicians, artists, actors, and other celebrities who died at the young age of 27. Although most scientific researchers claim that deaths at that age are pure coincidence, it remains a cultural phenomenon, with many celebrities who die at 27 noted for their high-risk lifestyles. With well over 70 members now, it isn't hard to see why this club still fascinates people today. With that being said, here are 8 of the most famous members in the 27 Club. The first member on our list, and coincidentally enough, the first known member of the 27 Club. Joseph Merrick. Joseph Merrick, famously known as the Elephant Man, was born on August 6, 1862 in Leicester and began to develop abnormally before the age of 5. His mother died when he was 11, and his father soon remarried. In 1884 he contacted a showman named Sam Torr and proposed that he might be exhibited. Torr arranged for a group of men to manage Merrick, whom they named the Elephant Man. After touring the East Midlands, Merrick travelled to London to be exhibited in a penny gaff shop rented by showman Tom Norman. Merrick was admitted to the London hospital, where his condition gradually deteriorated during his 4-year stay. He required a great deal of care from the nursing staff and spent much of his time in bed, or sitting in his quarters, with diminishing energy. His facial deformities continued to grow and his head became more enlarged. He died on April 11, 1890. The certified cause of death was asphyxia, resulting from the weight of his head as he lay down. After performing an autopsy, Treves determined that Merrick had died of a dislocated neck, which likely severed his vertebral arteries. Next on our list. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was born on November 27, 1942. He was an American guitarist, songwriter and singer, and although his mainstream career spanned only 4 years, he is widely regarded as one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of music. Details concerning Hendrix's last day and death are argued by many. He spent much of September 17, 1970, in London with Monica Danman, the only witness to his final hours. Danman awoke around 11 a.m. and found Hendrix breathing but unconscious and unresponsive. She called for an ambulance at 11:18 a.m., and it arrived 9 minutes later. Paramedics transported Hendrix to St. Mary Abbots Hospital, where Dr. John Bannister pronounced him dead at 12:45 p.m. on September 18. Doctors stated that Hendrix aspirated his own vomit and died of asphyxia while intoxicated with barbiturates. Next on our list. Jade Goody. Jade Cerisa Lorraine Goody, born on June 5, 1981, was an English television personality. She came to public prominence in 2002 when she appeared on the 3rd series of the Channel 4 reality show Big Brother. She went on to star in her own television programs after her eviction from the show, which in turn led to her launching a variety of products under her own name. Immediately criticized by the British press for her perceived lack of decorum and intelligence, Goody was dubbed by multiple outlets as the most hated woman in Britain. After a battle with cervical cancer, Goody died in her sleep at her home in Upshire, Essex in the early hours of March 22, 2009, with her mother, husband, and family friend Kevin Adams at her bedside. Moving on, next we have Brian Jones. Louis Brian Hopkin Jones was born on February 28, 1942 and was an English multi-instrumentalist and singer best known as the founder, rhythm lead guitarist, and original leader of the Rolling Stones. At around midnight on the night of July 2nd or 3rd of 1969, Jones was discovered motionless at the bottom of his swimming pool at Cochford Farm. His Swedish girlfriend, Anna Wolin, was convinced he was alive when he was taken out of the pool, insisting he still had a pulse. However, by the time the doctors arrived, it was too late, and he was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. The coroner's report stated it was a drowning, later clarified as death by misadventure, and noted his liver and heart were greatly enlarged by past drug and alcohol abuse. Our next Club 27 member. Fat Pat. Fat Pat, or Patrick Lamarck Hawkins, was born on December 4, 1970 and was an American rapper from Houston, Texas, who was a member of DEA, Dead End Alliance, with his brother John Big Hawk Hawkins, DJ Screw, and KK, all original members of the Screwed Up Clique. On February 3, 1998, Hawkins was fatally shot by an unknown gunman at 10440 South Drive, Houston, Texas, after going to a promoter's apartment to collect an appearance fee. The promoter was not home, and he was shot in the corridor outside the apartment. Fat Pat's murder still remains unsolved. Next up, Janis Joplin. Janis Lyn Joplin was born on January 19, 1943 and is considered by most to be one of the most successful and widely known rock performers of her era. She was noted for her powerful mezzo-soprano vocals and electric stage presence. On Sunday evening, October 4, 1970, Joplin was found dead on the floor of her room at the Landmark Motor Hotel by her road manager and close friend John Byrne Cook. An autopsy on Joplin determined the cause of death to be a heroin overdose, possibly compounded by alcohol. Our next entry. Jim Morrison. James Douglas Morrison was born on December 8, 1943 and was an American singer-songwriter and poet who was the lead vocalist of the rock band The Doors. Due to his wild personality, poetic lyrics, distinctive voice, unpredictable and erratic performances, and the dramatic circumstances surrounding his life and early death, Morrison is regarded by music critics and fans as one of the most influential frontmen in rock history. On July 3, 1971, Morrison was found dead in the bathtub of an apartment at approximately 6 a.m. by his girlfriend, Pamela Courson. The official cause of death was listed as heart failure, although no autopsy was performed as it was not required by French law. Our final entry. Kurt Cobain. Kurt Donald Cobain was born on February 20, 1967 and was an American musician who was the co-founder, lead vocalist, guitarist and primary songwriter of the rock band Nirvana. Through his angst-fueled songwriting and anti-establishment persona, Cobain's compositions widened the thematic conventions of mainstream rock. On April 8, Cobain's body was discovered at his Lake Washington Boulevard home by an electrician, who had arrived to install a security system. A suicide note was found, addressed to Cobain's childhood imaginary friend Bada. Cobain's body had been there for days. The coroner's report estimated he died on April 5, 1994. So, what are your thoughts on the 27 Club? Coincidence or something else? Drop a comment and let me know. And as always, thank you for watching.